You know the answer is right there in the title. It's obvious. To sail without stopping, you simply don't stop. Embrace the sea, get into a rhythm, and just keep sailing. So, foreshadowing, this is kind of what happened on this passage.
Well, it's that time. We're departing France, heading to Spain or Portugal. We'll see how far we get. France has been fantastic to us. We really enjoyed. We spent like a whole month here, seen all kinds of great sights, had lots of great wine and cheese and baguettes. Just what you do in France.
We had some interesting stuff on the anchor this time, or the anchor chain. It was littered with shellfish, like baby shellfish. They were attached by like a web, almost like spider web, to the chain. Even as it was coming up, they were just hardcore on that anchor chain. I was having to like pull them off. So I'll show you the murder scene. All these guys attached. Woo! Let's go sailing!
Woo girl! Yeah, I'm so ready to go sailing. I'm ready for a nice ocean passage, longer than just like an overnight. Really get in the rhythm of things. Do you notice what we're lacking in this passage start? Fallies.
First time without fallies.
I have shorts and no shoes on.
You have
like,
bare feet?
Bare feet?
What?
I know this is crazy, but we're actually starting off a passage without fallies. So, not to say we might need them in the future, but wow, it's warm. Summer, we're getting south. All the good things. Goodbye, France. Au revoir.
Bye, France.
This passage is really simple. We depart and we head straight across the Bay of Biscay. Some 300 miles later, we're gonna land at this little town called Rubiado.
No.
This river.
Ribadillo.
Ribadillo, like rodeo. So we're gonna arrive here. If the weather system turns out okay, we're gonna keep going. And then really to get to the Med, we have to go all the way around, down the coast of Portugal, through Gibraltar, and into the Med.
We broke out one of my passage foods. It's actually a coronation chickpea. Kind of like a hummus. You blend it all and then you put raisins in it, like Coronation chicken salad, but this is really good. We had some leftover baguette.
And it has a sherry hot sauce that we got way back in Bermuda.
We can't figure out what to use it, but this was perfect. It adds a little bit of heat, which we like our spice, so. This is a lazy sail. We already got the spinnaker up though, so all our work seems to be done, and we're just gonna enjoy this beautiful day that we have.
Yeah, we're thinking like the last month, all of our passages have been crazy.
Yeah.
Like high winds, big seas. But this is the first passage in over a month that's been just like chill. We're actually leaving under Spinnaker and like flat seas. So yeah, this is a pleasure.
Get the sail.
Future selves filming with sails. Doing our new favorite downwind setup, which is to pull out our asymmetrical spinnaker. And just pulling it out gets a little bit up into the wind and keeps it inflated. We can go downwind a little bit deeper.
first dolphins since coming to France.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them in such a long time, I think since Scotland. It's really refreshing to see them again. Not a lot of them, but they're so cute.
Well, beautiful sunset we have here. My watch is just ending. First night. Amazing sailing day. Really earned this after a lot of heavy weather sailing. We're flying the Spinnaker, should be flying it all night. The sea is just so calm, it's so peaceful. It's almost more calm than being at anchor. Amazing.
There's a fishing boat right there. Actually, about 0.1 nautical miles off of our port side. I'm trying to avoid them this whole time. This is as far upwind as I can go. Super annoying. So this is day 2, and we are still coasting along. We did a jibe early this morning between shifts, and we'll be on this tack probably the whole day as well. It's been really calm, comfortable sailing. Haven't had this since I think our Puerto Rico passage. It's really nice for a change. And I broke out my sun shirt and we put out the fishing lines. Let's see if we catch anything. Don't have too much faith in those lures anymore. Yeah, this setup, the Spinnaker pulled out downwind. Been getting between like 5 to 9 knots behind us, and that's been really good to keep the Spinnaker inflated.
Whoa, sunrise. Oh, I am gonna pack it in for my shift. My shift last night was a little hectic. We had huge winds while we were flying the Spinnaker downwind, doing like 7 and 8 knots, which was awesome. But we were also doing it into like kind of some storm cells and some other things, so it was a little sketch. But luckily it all worked out, and according to the weather, everything's happening according to the weather so far. The winds have died to nothing. So I had to wake Panda up and take down the Spinnaker, and now we've just kind of hove to in just the super light breeze, waiting for the other winds to fill in. In an effort not to motor, we decided to try floating around until the wind filled back in. Keeping the sails up reduces how rolly the boat is, even though it's still not very comfortable.
So this is what my shift looks like, I guess. I had like a magical sailing night with dolphins, and we had some really crazy storms that at least they just drifted past us last night. There was lightning in the distance. I had to wake Darren up just to be sure. It just looks so weird. And our friend is still here. A little birdie. She's up on the spreaders. I think she's a pigeon or a dove or something. I don't think she belongs out on the ocean. But she's all the way out here, and I kept seeing her around, and she finally decided to like land on our boat and take a break. I was afraid she was gonna die out here. But hopefully she hitches a ride with us until we meet some land and she can make it.
Well, I got up for my shift, and Panda's just been taking watch as we're hove to here. And more important is the wind shift that we were waiting for has happened. So instead of the wind coming out of the east, it's coming out of the west. Also, our birdie friend is still with us. Right there on the bow.
Yay! We're moving! We're going 2 knots! It's better than just drifting around. We are now in the closed hull. 7 to 8 knots apparent. So we did succeed in wading out the low, wading out the lull, not the low. And we did not turn on the motor, although it's very frustrating listening to those sails flap and rocking back and forth.
Oh, we did it though.
We did it.
That's the first time we've ever just waded out a lull. And here we go, sailing again.
Yeah.
Haven't started the motor yet.
And the first moments of getting the wind back, it's always the best because there's like no waves. Flat ocean.
Well, and just like that, we went from 0 wind to a lot of wind. We have probably 18 knots on the nose. It was only like 20 minutes later sailing. It was so pleasant. Now I think we have a little ridge coming our way. Okay, well the winds got too gnarly, so we're taking a big reef in the main. We're going to second reef. Took down the mizzen. So Panda's up here. Doing the reef. Great job. How is it up there?
It's a little rocky, but it was fun.
Good job. Alright, now to turn back up into the wind. If I should read.
A lot better.
Santander, canal 24 y pasaje radio, canal 27. Securité, 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 all ships, all ships, all ships. This is Vigo, Coruña, Navia, Santander and Pasajes Radio with navigational warnings. This is in Vigo on channel 20, Coruña.
Well, you know you're in Spain when you hear that kind of radio message. Ha! Another country. So we've made landfall. Land ho! And our birdie's still with us.
Getting one last look at land before we tack away. We've decided to keep going, heading south towards the Med. Not sure when this train is gonna stop, but the weather looks really good. And yeah, I think we've gotten into the rhythm of things, so we don't really want to stop, which is great. I'm excited to see what the rest of this passage looks like and where we end up. And I'm tired. I want to go to bed now. It's halfway through my off watch. Stay tuned.
This is the kind of passage we were so comfortable out at sea that we just decided to keep sailing. And with good wind and a lot of patience, we had yet to turn on the motor. Well, let's see how long that lasts. Join us next week as we have a hell of a sail south along the Portuguese coast. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and find us on Patreon.
Now you straighten up. I'm gonna straighten up for the camera now and just look all snazzy with my new haircut and beard trim. So we're gonna be stripping all day.
That's our motto on Sailing Panda.
Looking forward.
We're not doodles.